And I got the rest of the board. They're good guys or good women, but they're not up to speed. And it's worth it to me. I can handle the conflict if I got somebody who can actually talk to me about what's really going on in the world.
I think, though, that it's a question of does the company, is the guy competing with him? You know, does he have a company that competes with him?
Right.
But I think that actually Donahoe would tell you that the board members don't compete with him, and so it's not really applicable. That's what he would say. I don't want to get into that fight.
All right, we won't talk eBay. How about in terms of Apple? You still on the stock?
I think Apple's very undervalued.
Yeah, they're going to report tomorrow, I think, earnings.
I hope it's a good report. But yeah. I think it's very undervalued. I mean, as a long-term hold. I think they spend billions and billions in research development, and that's going to come to fruition. And when it does, I think Apple is a great company, great ecosystem.
Right.
And hopefully it'll work out.
I wanted to follow up on a couple of things that you talked about in your presentation. You may have said this before, but I hadn't heard it. You said you're going to seed activist funds?
You haven't heard it because I haven't said it before.
Yeah.
I'm looking into doing that.
You're looking to seed other activist funds?
Yeah. I think activism is very important in this country. I think we have some problems with the with the poison pill now and the 10-day
10-day window in terms of the 13D.
Yeah. But I think activism is so important. And there are bright young guys around that need backing for that. And I'm going to start looking to get a few of those guys in and, seed them and see how they do. Maybe give them some advice on it, maybe not. And let them do the work.
So we could see some Icahn Cubs, so to speak. I know.
Yeah, we have have some now, actually. I mean, so it's not even the issue. It's just, but yes, I would like to see more of this done, and done by the real good guys. And I think it's very hard to break into the business of activism. You have to have staying power. You have to have a fairly good bankroll, and I think it's very important to do it.
What are we talking? Do you have a set number in mind that you've set aside for?
Right now, IEP, we have so much capital that there's no way it's going to make a dent. Even if we invested $1 billion, 800 million, we have so much capital now that it wouldn't be extremely material.
So why would you do it then?
I'm telling you, because I think it's a good thing. I really do. I know you don't believe that. I like to believe it myself. I believe that it's. Look, I want to make money anyway. I'm not going to argue. I want to do what's right.
Capital might be better deployed.
I want to do what's right for IEP.
Right.
I don't think it's mutually exclusive, though. We have so much cash around now that it's not mutually exclusive.
Right. Something else you said. You spent a lot of time going after Marty Lipton. You said some nice things about Bill Ackman. Or I wouldn't say they were nice, but at least they were.
Well, Marty went out. He started. I don't like doing ad hominem stuff, but he said publicly, I just like
you got Marty Lipton, you got Joe Perella and Weinberg writing their thing, the Larry Fink letter. There's sort of there seems to be.
Wait. I don't think Perella's letter was all bad.
Right.
There was some good stuff there. I mean, he said that some activists, in fact, he mentioned us, did some good stuff at Motorola.
Yep.
But Marty Lipton, I think, is just dead wrong. And he started by saying so I was being a little funny. That I dislike, Icahn. And then I got to say that I don't know if that's not a compliment.
Right.
And then, laughingly, I said, well, now that I made so much in Herbalife, I'm not that mad at Ackman. And by the way, the fact that he also dislikes Ackman makes me change my mind on Ackman, because if anyone is disliked by Ackman, he can't be all bad. That's how I look at it. I think Ackman has done a lot of stuff that I believe, not Ackman, I'm sorry now, Marty Lipton, I just disagree with completely. And he just says, it's almost amazing. There's a guy, Lucian Bebchak, that has done a study showing how well companies do for years and years after you have activism. And Icahn and Marty Lipton continues to say they're short-termists, they're no good. It's like a witch doctor almost. He said, well, why? What's your facts? Anecdotal. So who's giving him the anecdote? Who's the anecdotal? Who's his evidence? You know who? Some of his clients that are paying him millions and millions of dollars. So you don't think they're a little biased? So what's his evidence to show? Short term, we've held companies for 30 years, 15 years. We're not short-termers. Then he says, we don't invest. I've invested billions of companies in ARL and in our railcar fleet. We have a small nondescript fleet. You can walk from this building on 37th Street to Ohio on our railcar. So how could Lipton just say that and just talk and then just says, well, you know. So if he says it, I'll just say what I said.
Do you have any thought? You know, Icahn, of course, in the news today with this Allergan bid that he joined Valiant on. Interesting, without a doubt, to see an activist team up with a public company and make a hostile. I don't know if I could ever see a corporation teaming up with you to do it, but you tell me.
Wait a minute. Why are you hurting me? They
I'm
like
not
me.
hurting you.
All
I'm
these
not
guys
hurting
invite me back on the boards. They all like me. Are you kidding? I'm good friends with Greg Brown. I'm good friends with all these guys that were Roy Bostock. I have you name them. I'm friends with them all. Why would they team up with me?
Maybe they would. Maybe. I was asking, would you consider doing that? You've got more capital than anybody.
Look,
times two.
I would tell you that I absolutely would if it's good because I think it's good. Any activism is good, and as long as it's legal, to me, if I don't know Allergan at all, and I don't know the deal, and I don't know Valiant, but why criticize them for doing it?
Any activism is good. There's got to be some activism that makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay, fine. There are guys that make mistakes. There's some guys that aren't that good. I agree with you. But, you know, frankly, with all the stuff I've said with Icahn, back and forth, I think he's dead wrong about Herbalife.
Right.
And we have our differences, but I never said he's not a smart guy.
Right.
And I think the concept of this is good. I hope it works out better for him than Herbalife did, and I think will. But that doesn't mean it's something wrong with that. What's wrong with making a bid for a company and using somebody's funds? What's the difference whose funds it is?
No, well, I mean, it's legal. There are a number of people who feel like it's front-running almost. That, you know, obviously I want to make it clear. It's legal. He's a group. He's a partnership.
Hey, I got to tell you, I never thought I'd be here defending Icahn, but I will say, why is it illegal?
It's not. The company, it is legal. But he
gave the company something for it. He agreed that he'll put $3 billion in. The little I read of it.
Yep.
I might be wrong, but
no, he
the
did.
little I read,
put his own capital at risk. It's true.
He put his capital at risk, and they told him, go buy some stock.
Right.
Well, that's not illegal in my mind.
It's not. I'm not saying.
I don't even think it's immoral. I mean, he's doing something for the company. I mean, look, I frankly never thought I'd be defending him, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
All right. You know, something else we've seen lately I want to get your opinion on. We've seen companies putting in pills, poison pills, very early, sort of getting a sense for when somebody is buying stock fairly early and putting a pill in at 8% or 10%. Stymieing somebody like you, conceivably, who want to build a bigger position.
But it's worse than that.
Why?
Because it's going to keep people from really being activists, which I think is important because you want to keep these guys accountable. You have a company. It's amazing to me. It's almost absurd. So it's almost like saying you inherited some vineyard somewhere, and I say, well, and you say, Carl, can I borrow some money? I say, why? Where's the money? Why don't you sell the vineyard? Well, I can't sell it because the guy that runs the vineyard doesn't want me to sell it. I said, what are you, insane? Just kick him out. I can't kick him out. I mean, these people should be made accountable. But if you don't have somebody that you have to own stock if you're going to have a proxy fight because it's so expensive.
Right. So I would think, though, it's a fairly effective tactic, so it's one that we're going to continue to see even more of.
Well, it's an effective tactic, and something should be done about it.
What do you think will be done? Delaware? You think something can happen there? I know Loeb is trying on Sotheby's.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on the 29th, I guess, in that case. But no, I think something should be done. I think it's pernicious. It's pernicious. I mean, there's reasons like you could have the Canadian pill, maybe.
Yeah.
It goes to 20%, and you say, okay. But it shouldn't be that if you bring it to a final conclusion, there'll be no more accountability.
All right, finally, new ideas. I mean, you feel like you got a lot of different things. I'm curious. I mean, I'm sure people bring you stuff all the time, and I know you have an open door policy saying, hey, I'm willing to listen, which makes a lot of sense to me, although not all activists are like that. Are you seeing a lot of ideas at this point, a lot of flow in terms of, hey, that might be something, or is it sort of feeling, after the Apple fight and the eBay fight, are you kind of going to lay back for a while?
I don't think we'll lay back, but I mean, it's a season now. We got on 5 boards without a fight.
Right.
And so we're not fighting right now, but I still believe in it. So you'll be hearing from me, I'm sure. And there's a lot of other stuff we're doing at the companies we own. I mean, look, as I say, I think IEP itself is an undervalued situation. I mean, if you want a stock, I think long-term it's undervalued. Short-term, nobody knows anything, but I think we're sort of like a growth company, in my opinion. If you look back from 10 years ago, 12 years ago, we've always made these very double-digit returns. And if you look at that, and we continue to do it, now you have a growth. You have this growth. So if you're buying it at close to book value, even a multiple of book value, it's pretty cheap,
Carl, let's go get a drink.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Carl Icahn joining us here as we wrap things up the Active Passive Summit with the man, of course, who defines activism, Carl Icahn.
Okay.